Okay, it's day 145.3, and I had a chance to listen to David Cameron yesterday at length. For about 2 hours, me and Task Force listened to him in front of the Foreign Affairs Committee, and I posted that this morning, my reactions this morning. And it reminded me so much of, he seems like a very intent, good person who tried to do a lot of things that were positive in his 6 years as Prime Minister for the UK. The problem I continue to see is this blindness, or it's deliberate, of, hey, let's put more money, let's pour more money. Let's pour more money into these different aid programs. And of course, you see Trump wanting to cut USAID. And the part that really got me was his blindness toward Afghanistan and the war in Afghanistan, with the trillions wasted in Afghanistan. And he was still talking about how, we needed to put more money into Afghanistan. And I looked back at our series and the thing I posted this morning. We kind of have Macduff is kind of with the song here, the Civil War. This Ashigan farewell, which I call a Wan farewell now. And then of course now we have also J.K. with kind of these songs of the Vietnam War, and yet we have this carnage in between us. In between us, we see this carnage of these opium sneakers here and all the deaths. We have all the deaths leading up to the opium dome. We have, turns out my math was wrong. It wasn't 5,000 sneakers in 2 months. It was 5,000 sneakers in 1 month deaths are created from this opium dome. We have all these representatives here that are blind, again, like this blindness over here, blind to the fact that this opium dome, this Afghan war, all this USAID money over here went to developing farmers. The production of opium shot up dramatically during the Afghan war, and still skyrocketing right along with deaths. So it seems there's a direct correlation between USAID and empty opium sneaker deaths. And we still have this blindness in Congress toward the Awan spiring. The 123 drop box still may be in effect. We still don't have anyone doing a damage assessment on any of the Awan servers, which we know had at least 145 different Democrats' emails. So this is the part where I think you get into going the next level down. Talking about SES that I've been talking about. Now I see that Thomas Paine has picked up quite a bit, and then I listened to him with Mike McKibben. I wish Mike McKibben would come out and sing and do a song for this opium, these opium sneakers. There's a song there that I think can unite the nation, and Mike McKibben would be the guy to do it. But he talked about Obama's executive action at the end of 2015. And he talked about how it kind of solidified this union, this bureaucratic layer of 8,000 people that were unqualified, many of them with criminal backgrounds, that had come into Washington. And this reminds me so much of the SEIU situation. And I'm just going to say it right off the bat. The answer is not to change out the top cabinet positions. You can demand all the proclamations you want as a leader. If you don't have the 8,000 people that are in these businesses, buildings and offices and in government, if they're not working for you, you're going to have this field littered every month with another 5,000 opium sneakers. You have to break this SES thing. Now, I say we break it in a couple of ways with metadata, looking at Federal Bridge servers. I think we can look at also just publishing the names of all these people and the salaries. I think you can also discontinue the service in certain areas. I think in the Nuclear Regulatory Commission is very heavily laden with these folks. I think there's possibly logic for furloughing a lot of these folks who don't have experience in their areas. I think you can also take the SES and you can transition it toward a competency model where you can basically have everyone just leave and then ask to be reassigned and be evaluated through kind of a Mike McMahon competency checking through a vetting process. I think through a Mike McMahon vetting process, if everyone was furloughed, and allowed to reapply for their jobs under stricter controls and no kind of union benefits, union circle of membership type benefits. I think that is the answer. But you can make all the pronouncements you want over here in the committee meetings. If you don't have the people bought in these buildings right here, you have a union of saboteurs working against you, you're going to have a field of opium sneakers every month.